This is topical issue once more. My topic today is unveiling of the word HITHI, the word BUSHERI, the word ROXANNA, and ORIRI in the occult. This is my personal experience. When I came to this place from where I had been decreed persona non grata, there was a threat to me that I was their God for the sacrifice. And so it was for all my family members. I had verbal and psychic communications continually, and also total communication whenever I went out. I was first termed Buzi or God. I didn't understand what it meant, but I had the bizarre threat. Later, the people following me kept saying, ni ukweli huyu mtu ana Mungu. It's true. In English, it's true. This guy has God with him, has God with him. But know that he is our HITHI. I interpreted that to mean something hidden in a certain ethnic language within our environment. Later, they started referring to me as ROXANNA. At first, I didn't know what ROXANNA was. I thought maybe it was a boxer or a superstar or something like that. Later, I went to the internet. I checked in the internet and realized it meant either early awakening or an early start. It also referred to the wife of Alexander the Great from Persia, called Roxanna or Roxanne, which meant early arising, early beginning. Yes, something like that. Then I was later referred to as BUSHERI. There were jokes rife that if this guy goes on, he'll be taken to the BUSHERI. That is the altar for slaughter. But with the BUSHERI going on, that time I had an ITEL phone that is not Android, but it had an internet, so it had limited internet browsing space. I checked for BUSHERI, and first I checked for BUSHERI because that's what I thought. BUSHERI in my ethnic tongue means morning or early awakening still. Then, as I was checking, I saw a name of somebody very known in the preaching world. It ended with an I. So I gathered maybe they were telling me that there are certain conditions. If I take their cue, I may rise to the status of a big preacher from Kenya. Then later, as I was checking, I saw a photo of me photoshopped in a pigsty with pigs. That time not looking smart, but that. And then another photoshopped of me in very expensive clothes, boarding a plane. I was not able to make out what it meant. Up to now, I still could not make out what it meant. And then later, as it went on, the psychic communication and the other communication, there was a hint that if I did not follow the cue, something may happen, maybe a sacrifice. And from the name I gathered, Roxanne, maybe whatever was to happen to me on the status would be taken to a lady. Then eventually I was called ORIRI. I checked in the internet and it had several meanings, things that it showed. But these are the ones that caught my attention. One, a superstar on TV comedy program. Two, the gate of hell in the former Rome, in ancient Rome, where human sacrifices will be performed in caves by a certain ancient ruler. My daughter would dream and walk going towards the outside door in the night sometimes, saying, "Oriri, Oriri, Oriri." I didn't know much. At first I thought it was maybe a name of a place in Nyanza or somewhere like that. But later, after seeing this, that's when I realized it wasn't even there, because I didn't get anything of that nature from the internet. There were times when we could also be referred to as the children, especially the children of the altar. Then me, the god of the altar. And the other one, altar, something like that. Occult, or sometimes you are told from a distance. Then lastly, I was referred to as HITHI. Oh, that one I started in the beginning. Then I realized also there are hotels in the Maldive Islands named HITHI. And as I checked within those and the sacrificial things, there is an occult that sacrifices people and shares their property. They also refer to them as HITHI. Then I checked, and there was a place where they are saying in the ancient times, when a king realized there was bad omen, they would appoint somebody to sit in his throne, but he would not have the powers of the king. Then the king would hide. Then after some time, the king would come back, dispossess the one now who was sitting on the throne. There's a sacrifice of that one, and the omen of the king goes away. Those are the things that I gathered. So when you hear such a things, know they have a meaning, and it may not be a very good meaning. But those were the things that I gathered from the internet. Maybe you can also check on the internet and add on new findings, because when I talk about things, it's for us to learn from one another. Get more knowledge on this field, so that when you hear these words, you don't take them for granted. Check on the internet, do your own findings, decipher whatever these things mean. That is my take for now.